What is going on, my good people of YouTube? We are starting that project that you've all been waiting for. Mk5 is up on the quick jacks for long term because we are turboing the 5-cylinder. Let's get to work. Now, I know what you're thinking. Brian, my guy, kind of looks like you've already done a bunch of work on it. I've done a little bit of work. But yesterday, we finally got the Audi A4 transmission serviced. I was waiting on the Rostec cable, so before that cable came in, I decided to yank the bumper off and do some stuff that I could get done while still having this drivable so I could maneuver it around and get the Audi A4 in the garage. Long story short, finished the Audi. Yesterday, I got this guy up on quick jacks, and I started tearing the headlights out, and I did a little bit of teardown stuff. But today, we're really going to dive into it, start tearing this thing down. That's what this video is going to be about. It's going to be about the teardown. So I'm going to try to pull all the exhaust off, do a bunch of the front end work, hopefully get the core support off. I did just evacuate the AC system, so that thing's at 0, so I can start disconnecting lines and get that whole core support off. I'm going to be throwing a new condenser, new radiator, a bunch of other odds and ends on the front side of the motor, so I want the core support off. That way we can get the cooling taken care of and get all that stuff taken care of. So yeah, if you like watching teardown videos, stay through the end of this one. Make sure you're subscribed, hit that like button, leave a comment down below, and let's get after it. Oh yeah, right at 0, just where we want it. Also, quick question for those of you that are using this riser pipe on the SPA manifold, the top mount manifold on a Mk5 here. I know I'm going to probably have to move the firewall a little bit, bang it back a little bit. Quick question. What are all y'all doing about the ECU here? So this thing is sitting right up, basically in the line of heat, especially when that turbo is going to be like right here. This is the portion of the firewall I'm probably going to have to knock back. Are you guys just using the cables, unrouting them out here and moving the ECU out, or are we just leaving it there and it's been fine? Definitely don't want to overheat it. Don't know if it's going to be in the way yet. That's all something to figure out for future Brian when I actually get the turbo manifold and the turbo kind of sitting in here and figure out what I'm going to do. But leave a comment down below. Let me know if any of you guys have relocated your ECU or if you're just leaving it there. I kind of want to know. Officially off. Alright, well, we seem to be having some technical difficulties. My GoPro won't turn on right now. Don't know what's going on with that. Anyways, update. You didn't get to see me make the mess, but we drained the coolant. So I've got the upper and the lower hose disconnected. Pull it into service position, I guess, and then disconnect some AC lines. We're making progress. I just don't have the GoPro footage because it decided to just not want to work. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's just too hot out. I do live in Arizona and it's already triple-digit weather, and maybe it's just saying no. So moving along. So yeah, the GoPro is just hot. It's working now. I just need to keep it cool and charged between uses, I guess. But we got the core support off. She's just chilling on the floor over here, sitting a little cattywampus because I left the tow hook / tow strap, whatever you want to call it, the GTI plaid from ECS. It's sitting on that peg there, so it's sitting a little angled weird. But that's sitting there. Check out all the room up here for fun activities on the front side of the motor. You got your oil filter housing, your thermostat housing, water pump right on the side there. If you needed to do your alternator, your compressor. I do have a bunch of new idlers and stuff for the main serpentine belt, so we're going to tackle that while we're in here. But getting that core support off was a lot easier than I thought, so we're making good progress. Exhaust is off, the header's still on, the Evo header's still sitting there, but the full exhaust is off, and we got access to the front side of the motor. So now we can kind of start getting into more of the upgrade stuff and the prep for putting the turbo on. Just freshened up the serpentine belt system. We got 2 new idlers and a new tensioner, and let me show you why. You can see the nice fresh new guys in there, nice and fresh. These were the old ones that I took out, so this is just one of them, but you can see they're starting to get a groove on them. These are actually the original ones that were on the car, so 192,000 miles. I had actually had both idlers and the tensioner just sitting in a parts bin, brand new for a while, that I just never got around to. So since we've got all this access with no front clip on it, doing a lot of maintenance work while we're in here too, but this thing is going to be a fresh little piggy when we get it all back together. So now I think we're going to tackle the fun part of taking the integrated engineering intake manifold off. If you know, you know, it's kind of a pain, but with that front clip off, I think it'll be super easy because we'll have nice, easy access to that lower bolt under the third runner. Should go pretty smoothly. Well, the intake manifold's off. It was a little easier by going up underneath and having all this room with the core support and everything off, but that bottom bolt's still a pain. I think the trick is going to be one of these on the short side. I think this has to be about half as long, and if it was a ball end on the back, didn't mean to hold that like right in your face. If it was a ball end on the back and about half of that, it'd be a lot easier, because trying to get this in there and rotating it, you're just hitting the manifold on these flat spots, and it's just creating tension when it's not really the bolt that's under tension. It's just the way you have the Allen key. I think that's the game changer, but that guy right there, it's a pain no matter what you do. It is what it is. Intake manifold's off. I think we got to get that Evo header off. Give it a good final send off here. I have conquered the Evo header. It's out of the car. That was a pain in the butt. There was a couple bolts in there you just can't get to because of the way the equal length runners are routed. Whatever word I'm looking for. It's been a long day. As you can tell, I'm covered in dirt. Car's a mess. Made a mess in the garage. We got pretty much the full teardown done, I think. So I think from here on out, it's going to be putting some goodies on it and getting that turbo in. Yeah, we got to get this back to being a car. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Lots more turbo stuff coming. This was just a teardown, but we got a lot of stuff out of there. We killed a GoPro. We ran out of lights, all that stuff. Everything needs to be charged, and everything was having issues because it's hot outside. This is the wrong time of year to be doing this, but I'm not racing right now, so it's the time of year that I have to be doing it. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment down below. Pet a dog, have a wonderful day, and as always, I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Because next time we're dressing up the front of the motor. So we got some billet pieces from S&P we're going to throw on. That's going to give us the capabilities to route lines for cooling and all that stuff. So yeah, next one's going to be a good one. We're going to start putting stuff on. We did put some idlers and a tensioner on today. But yeah, the good stuff is coming. Anyways, bye-bye.